Well, joining me via Skype from Abuja is Defense Security Consultant and Senior Research Fellow at the National Defense College Abuja Group Captain Sadeeq Shehu, retired. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. Now, several concerns from different quarters have been raised, and one that seems to be generating a lot of reactions is the letter written by former President Olusegun Obasanjo to the President, where he painted a picture of the security situation, to the extent he said that Nigeria should be wary of the Rwandan-type genocide. Is that what the security situation is or seems like to you? Because a lot of persons are saying that this letter from former President Olusegun Obasanjo is political, so to speak.
Well, I don't like joining issues when senior citizens are talking. But the fact remains that whether junior or senior citizen, we all have a stake in the country. And sometimes it is good for the government to have different perspectives. If you ask me personally, what General Obasanjo, or former President Obasanjo, said in his letter, there is nothing new that has not been said by him and other people and other. We have passed the stage where we will say that there are security challenges in Nigeria. I think that issue is even obtuse. Even a blind man, even a deaf man knows that we really indeed have security challenges. However, what remains at issue, how do we tackle those security challenges? So what I want to see, former leaders and even current leaders and all those who have a stake in security, who think, I want to see everybody putting hands on deck to assist the government to solve the security problem. Sometimes we might say, again, I remember that this is about the second public commentary that General Obasanjo has made in recent times. So the issue is we should look at the background. How do you pass information when you want to really encourage the federal government to tackle the problem? That is the issue. That is how I see it. Nothing new has been added to the letter based on your network, TVC, channels, TV, everywhere. Security is being discussed by everybody because security has gone. It is not only a government concern. It's not only a military concern. It's not only a police concern. Everybody is concerned with security, and everybody who thinks with an idea. Those of us that don't have access to government, we say our bit in the media sources. But those that have access to the government, I think they should contact the government and make their input available to the government.
Now, in this same letter, he made mention of something you touched on, bringing in past heads of paramilitary organizations, private sector, civil society, community leaders to have some sort of engagement with the government in terms of having a national discourse as how to treat these issues. But when you look at the times we have tried to have a national discourse at determining how to treat national issues, has that really worked?
It has not. And the issue again is in our system, because in all aspects, without being mischievous, we are running a democratic government. In a democratic government, you have the three arms. You have the executive, you have the legislative, and you have the judiciary. In this aspect, while we're discussing policy, security architecture and all that, there are only two agencies that are recognized by Constitution to bring any changes, and that is the executive branch and the legislative branch. So if there is any debate about a way forward, I think it should be channeled through these two agencies, the executive or the legislature. If you go and bring another extra body like Sovereign National Conference and all that, in all honesty, like we had before, the question is, what is the constitutional standing of anything that this third body or third arrangement or third meeting is going to bring about? We have our representatives. Maybe what we can say is that we do not see the National Assembly or the executive, doing more about these security issues. What I mean, in other climes, when you have security issues, you have the National Assembly commissioning researches, commissioning a forum, commissioning dialogue, commissioning, inviting expert testimony to come and tell them how do we go forward. But if you take it outside the National Assembly and you say you're having another group of people, in all honesty, the question is, what is their stand in a democracy? Can Sovereign National Conference go and bring changes for us? No, but we have our elected representatives. Maybe what we should be doing is talking to our elected representatives to please take a grip of these issues. contact people they are supposed to contact, and have, because in all respect, the gamut of issues that National Assembly, for example, has to tackle, it's not possible for all of them to have the knowledge or the subject matter expertise.
All right, we have to leave it at this point. Group Captain Sadeeq Shehu retired. Thank you for your time on TVC Breakfast.
Joining me now via Skype from Abuja, his Defense and Security Consultant and Senior Research Fellow at the National Defense College, Abuja, Group Captain Sadeeq Shehu, retired. Group Captain, it's good to have you join us on TVC Breakfast right now. Let me start from the President's directive that camouflage and other military uniforms should be purchased locally. How important and how central and cardinal or pivotal is this directive?
Well, thank you very much. The issue of uniform to every military or paramilitary organization is very important. It is really a good policy that the Nigerian government is looking inwards towards sourcing uniforms for the armed forces.
All right, I think we lost signals there from Group Captain Sadeeq Shehu, retired. He was about to speak to us about how important the policy from the government is.
Well, joining me via Skype from Abuja is Defense Security Consultant and Senior Research Fellow at the National Defense College, Abuja, Group Captain Sadeeq Shehu, retired. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. Now, how critical is this decision by the government for the military, rather, to purchase cotton and textile industries? Critical, how important is it at this time?
Thank you very much. Now, on this issue of this executive order that's signed by the president, there are many advantages that accrue from a country, providing uniforms for its military and security services. The advantages are so many. First, it makes the uniform availability. It also makes it affordable, especially for the lower rank within the military. Because for now, from what I find out, for a private soldier or an airman or a naval rating of the lowest rank, his salary is probably from 48 to 50,000 naira. And he is expected to buy a uniform of about 15,000 naira. To be true, the services provide uniform, but the uniform is not enough. A soldier needs more uniform, just like you in the media industry, you need suits and shirts. A soldier wears his uniform almost 24/7. So if you have a soldier with only one pair of uniform or two pairs of uniform, certainly that is not true. So I mean that is not good. And mostly soldiers have to buy this uniform more with their money. So when you make it a local production, certainly it will come lower than the average of 15,000 that soldiers buy uniform now.
Now, as much as we can see the advantages like you have outlined, some persons are worried that just like we don't have the production, but then we see the importation or the smuggling of military fatigue. This might also begin to happen when we have production in Nigeria, that like proliferation of arms, this uniform might be in the hands of many who are not supposed to have them.
Exactly. This executive order, like every order that is provided by government, mostly it is well intended. However, we always have problem of execution or implementation. There has to be, things that will be put in place. Now you talk of the uniforms getting into the wrong hands. That is also part of the advantages. If you work it very well, that's part of the advantages you get by providing a uniform in-house. You can put some security features, like having name tags that are sewn into the uniforms. Why I say this, most of the kidnappers or other terrorist groups that are caught, you see them with Nigerian uniform. But the Nigerian uniform as it is now, it has a detachable name tag, which means anybody can remove a name tag. Even a soldier who wants to misbehave can remove a name tag. So security features like stitching in the names on each uniform will make it impossible for somebody who is outside the military to carry the uniform and use it. It will also make it very easy for units to identify soldier is from where or serving from where. While you have the name tag and the badges stitched onto the uniform, not the removal type. So this is what I see happening. Some of the features that the military will align with those that are going to produce the uniforms is to ensure that all the security features which currently are missing are put inside our uniform. And I'm happy that the civilian governor in his statement said that they will work with the military services and the paramilitary to design these uniforms. Now, there are certain design criteria that ideally should be in the uniform. heat resistance, wear and tear, coloring, fading, insect resistance, and all the security features. What I want to see now is the military jointly, not service by service, because that is going to waste money, jointly providing this criteria for these people that are going to get these uniforms done. So the issue of security and the uniforms getting into wrong hands, like I said, there are features that can be incorporated that will make it very difficult for anybody.
We have to leave it at this point. Group Captain Sadeeq Shehu, thank you for your time on TVC Breakfast.